Let me ask you a simple question. Why do some people completely transform their lives while others stay stuck in the same place for years? Why do some individuals achieve their goals, build successful careers, improve their health, and grow stronger mentally, while others keep waiting for the perfect moment to start? At first glance, it may seem like success comes from intelligence, talent, or even luck. But when you study successful people closely, you begin to notice something interesting. The real difference is discipline, not motivation, not talent, not luck. Discipline. Most people misunderstand how success actually works. They believe that successful people feel motivated all the time. They imagine that productive people wake up every morning excited to work. They think disciplined individuals never feel tired, distracted, or lazy. But the truth is very different. Successful people experience the same emotions as everyone else. They also feel tired. They also feel unmotivated. They also have days when they would rather stay in bed, scroll through their phones, or postpone their work. The difference is not how they feel. The difference is how they respond to those feelings. Most people allow their emotions to control their actions. If they feel motivated, they work. If they feel tired, they stop. If they feel distracted, they procrastinate. But disciplined people follow a different rule. They take action regardless of how they feel. And this simple principle changes everything. Because motivation is temporary. Some days motivation is strong. Other days it disappears completely. If your success depends on motivation, your progress will always be inconsistent. But discipline creates consistency, and consistency is the true foundation of success. Think about someone who decides to get healthier. At first, they feel extremely motivated. They buy new workout clothes. They watch fitness videos. They promise themselves that this time things will be different. For the first few days, everything goes well. They wake up early. They exercise. They eat healthy food. But then something changes. They have a busy day at work. They feel tired. They lose their motivation. Suddenly, skipping one workout doesn't feel like a big problem. Then one skipped day becomes 3. 3 days become 2 weeks. And eventually, they return to their old habits. This cycle happens to millions of people every year. They start with excitement, but they stop when motivation fades. Now imagine a different person. This person also wants to become healthier, but instead of relying on motivation, they focus on discipline. They create a simple rule for themselves. Exercise every day at 7 a.m. No negotiation, no excuses. Some days they feel energized. Other days they feel exhausted, but they show up anyway. At first, the process feels difficult, but after a few weeks, something interesting begins to happen. The routine becomes automatic. Their brain stops resisting the habit. Exercise becomes part of their identity. And after 6 months, the results become visible. Their body becomes stronger. Their confidence increases. Their energy improves. All because of one simple decision: to rely on discipline instead of motivation. The same principle applies to every area of life. Building a business requires discipline. Learning new skills requires discipline. Improving your mindset requires discipline. Achieving financial success requires discipline. The people who win in life are rarely the most motivated. They are the most consistent. And consistency is built through discipline. But this raises an important question. If discipline is so powerful, why do so many people struggle with it? The answer is simple. Most people try to change everything at once. They create unrealistic expectations. They decide that tomorrow they will wake up early, exercise, read books, work harder, eat healthier, and eliminate all distractions. For a few days, they follow this intense schedule, but eventually the pressure becomes overwhelming. They feel exhausted, they feel frustrated, and they give up completely. This is why discipline should always start small, very small. Instead of trying to change your entire life overnight, focus on one habit. One simple habit that you repeat every day. For example, reading for 10 minutes every day, or walking for 15 minutes every day, or writing down your goals every morning. These small habits may look insignificant, but over time they create powerful momentum because small actions repeated daily become part of your identity. When a behavior becomes part of your identity, it becomes much easier to maintain. For example, someone who identifies as a reader naturally reads books. Someone who identifies as a healthy person naturally exercises. Someone who identifies as a disciplined individual naturally follows their routines. Identity shapes behavior, and behavior shapes results. Another important aspect of discipline is learning how to manage distractions. Modern life is full of distractions: social media, notifications, entertainment, endless streams of content competing for your attention. Many people lose hours of their day without even realizing it. They open their phones to check one message, and suddenly 30 minutes have disappeared. This is why disciplined individuals protect their focus carefully. They create environments that reduce distractions. They schedule specific times for deep work. They understand that attention is one of the most valuable resources they have. Because whatever receives your attention will shape your future. If you spend most of your time consuming distractions, your progress will slow down. But if you focus your attention on meaningful work, learning, and improvement, your growth becomes inevitable. Discipline is not about being perfect. Everyone makes mistakes. Everyone has unproductive days. Even the most successful people sometimes lose focus. The real difference is how quickly you recover. Undisciplined people allow one bad day to turn into a bad week. Then a bad week turns into a bad month. Disciplined people respond differently. When they make a mistake, they return to their routine immediately. They don't waste time feeling guilty. They simply start again. This ability to restart quickly is one of the most powerful habits you can develop, because success is not about avoiding failure. It is about refusing to quit. Over time, discipline creates something even more valuable than success. It creates self-trust. When you consistently follow through on your commitments, you begin to trust yourself. You know that when you promise to do something, you will actually do it. This self-trust builds confidence, and confidence allows you to pursue bigger goals. Many people struggle with self-confidence because they constantly break promises to themselves. They say they will wake up early, but they don't. They say they will exercise, but they skip it. They say they will focus, but they get distracted. Every broken promise weakens self-trust, but every disciplined action strengthens it. Eventually, you reach a point where discipline becomes your greatest advantage. While others wait for motivation, you are already taking action. While others procrastinate, you are already moving forward. While others talk about their goals, you are quietly building your future. And that is how real transformation happens, not through one dramatic moment, but through thousands of small disciplined decisions, day after day, week after week, year after year. So if you truly want to change your life, remember this simple truth. You don't need more motivation. You need stronger discipline. Start small, be consistent, protect your focus, and keep moving forward even when progress feels slow, because the person you become in 5 years will be shaped by the habits you practice today. Your future is not created by occasional effort. It is created by daily discipline, and the best time to begin building that discipline is right now.